OKFM 101.7.
Na mamimra another development. And it's Supreme Court ruling. A deputy speaker can vote. Minim say details of the ruling no am but the what it here comments and for one or me there it will say personally.
Yo, background, idea judgment no aba reasoning no na my but the key points of the judgment I see now we have a fair idea. It has been suggested and in fact a lot of scholars have indicated they are not surprised at the outcome of the judgment. Rakwame, I see Nayen and their back. Say all over the world, the Supreme Courts of the world are usually policy courts. They are policy courts. So some of their decisions may not necessarily reflect the position of logic, the position of the other friend, or maybe reasoning and not be bisa. It may actually just reflect the position of policy. Like you need to do something to save a situation. But what is it? Good. If the Supreme Court had ruled otherwise, the 2022 budget would have been declared unconstitutional.
Why?
The first budget was rejected. So, okay.
Mikai?
The first budget was rejected. But we too quiet. Now your wife echo presiding. And now all county on one who edeka quorum no. A man be 138. No who proceed to undo the bargain. It's not so you rejected budget. So okay.
Aye.
So that was the issue before the court. In those circumstances, you expected the court to say that the process leading to the passage of the 2020 budget was unconstitutional.
No, onye. It's idea no over the spirit and the letter.
Budget I answered to the music.
It is a rule say unconstitutional. It's also
every appropriation based on it to be unconstitutional.
So be where you off all the BB Amaya Fahubia,
including the payment of salaries to judicial staff and judges from January to date.
Now no go did ye.
You see, we must always appreciate the behind the scenes story. Yes.
And when they took into consideration
a policy.
A policy.
A policy. And you see, that's why a lot of people have not adverted their minds. If the court had ruled otherwise, it means that the 2020 budget that was approved and not your wife a presiding would have been declared unconstitutional. Because at the core of the judicial way, what quorum should be formed when the decision is to be taken. They say 1-3, so you can't form a quorum with 137 unless the independent candidate joins. That's forming an MP. So Joe is a precise idea. So we'll be left with 137. And yes, sir. Okay, so then we be 51, just the 137 now. There is no way you can form quorum. So at all costs, the wife must be included in order to form the quorum. This kind of decision and stay for long. This kind of decision, it doesn't stay for long.
Okay.
It is to achieve a particular purpose.
Mm-hmm. Now, a question on me be say, I'm out for raising everybody say one. We obey precedents. Now, in our case laws,
no. The Supreme Court can always depart from its previous decision.
Okay, but as and when they will do it,
they'll just give reasons why they have to depart.
Oh, okay. They will just okay. Now, Mami will say, now, say decision of Supreme Court ruling na omo dey. Say ekoba say matete and there's no be and no more MP for Shaman say I ruling need the omo dey but say be adwuma of parliament no because parliament they are masters of their own rule enye adwuma and obi say the one fa anya adwuma you be cited for contempt e ho no et say
parliamentary proceedings and parliamentary debates and how the debate is organized can never be the subject of contempt.
Oh, sir.
Exclusive immunity granted by the court. Yes, I said MP could not for no can't say now you can even sue him for defamation.
Mm-hmm.
But on say so for can't I will court. That's now one can court Mr. Court was on the floor of Parliament. Say if you are forgotten no prayer and you no prayer, you can't cite him for defamation.
Jimmy Bow, Supreme Court ruling say.
Welcome. Sebi, judge our court. Now or can't send found. Now it can also someone walk up and you no prayer, which means citing him for defamation.
Oh, okay.
Two, if you might issue a rate against you, now someone made it to a rate no claim. It turns out that no claim. You can't sue me for defamation.
Now, Lord, Mami Musa debut. Ruling way, say a deputy speaker can vote. Now, there is a division. I ask for me a vote. Now, be a Joe Seus in a teardrum and answer and the Siaman at teardrum. No, so but no be a restraining is a me my own to be. Count or be betting me on my Supreme Court at taking judicial notice of say. I then am ruling yes, sir, a deputy speaker can vote no. Will be what parliament yes, sir. Oh man in trouble in Timur. Not said the Modi Benmufano.
Why may the ban?
Yes, Supreme Court no.
How?
Their rod of discipline bit me a juma.
Into the floor of Parliament. Send the next time MPs into the record to them. And they said the next time judges fought to no more their MPs in prayer. They'll storm the court.
But Nana people he say, including the president of the land, cannot say Supreme Court amma ruling be say only so.
It's not a question they mean the true. It's not a question of have they made orders?
The only no ruling no any order.
One will say courts no make their declaration. Who are making orders? Have there been any order that has been flouted?
Oh, Nadia, what do you call Ura Ebunumupao? What your declaration? As I got it.
One will say, Onipano Coa or court are released. Obi seeking relief one, a declaration that on a true and proper interpretation of Article so and so, could you amabit we let the hof? We are or say make an order.
Make an order.
Make an order. But going forward, could you be now court now make it the order?
But the other can say a deputy speaker can vote and any order.
How is it an order? Say declaratory. The most important thing in say, anything an American says, sometimes we also need to be very careful. We also need to be very careful. When you have a parliament of this nature, and I have always preached consensus. You see, what consensus does is that it takes into consideration the two rival positions. Maybe are looking at a more compromised position, right? The last time I drove, yes, sir. I know you're referee. Penalty shootout. A draw. But immediately, no. Or J. Asante Kotoko Jesse. I share a penalty. I have to put players on my Damanabo.
There, but almost the tangent of it, and say one no why say impose a deputy speaker they can appoint they can appoint any member of parliament to go and preside. That does not make him a speaker or the speaker. Until now, the Omo can say, well, representing Grofone, dear, obey me a baby, a whole point in say, well, must obey me a participate in debate because he's a speaker, not the speaker. I face as many as say, I obey me a Gisubi. Wabra, no so adna so crown way say, one more can nay, and I.
But your constitution or honor.
Actually,
but your young call Article 297H.
Article 297 H, but you 297.
And they are close.
I could but your making kind H mboa.
Amen.
Okay, H. Whereas directing or empowering a public officer to do any act or thing, or otherwise applying to him by the designation of his office, include his successors in office and all his deputies and all other assistants.
And all his what?
Deputies. Another be Edudzi asam ye nyina ye kan 101 nimni ade na kwa wa huria baby 296.
What's heading of 296 then? 297 heading here then.
In this constitution and any other law.
No, heading no.
Answer.
On top of 297.
On 297 and I'm making. Was it implied power, etc.?
Implied powers. Or say I'm sure in black and white.
Implied power, yes.
But we have implied it. Or say, a dear speaker ain't me yet no. The deputies also ain't me yet. What are they? Speaker, the discourse no and come on.
Whereas directing or empowering a public officer to do anything, act, or otherwise applying to him by the designation of his office, include his successors in office and all his deputies and all other assistants. Assembling in any was say, Wakasabia, a quine beer, a sessa will be a dear buying where you are buying a Juma public officer, and now a money to me so on ye, and now be on fansa and your Jumano. Say, baby, or Gina to me, a dear man, the office near dear man. Wamwa edi na chire. Wamwa wamoye na bedi achire. Wamu nyina no so no apply to them, including nkrofo bi kura wamoye adwuma eboa no.
Fantastic. And in Ghana ha. In fact, deputy speakers, you're Thomas Abba. So you're Thomas Abba. You just don't wake up one morning and say, I'm deputy speaker. That's how when we say deputy speakers, almost salary is different from MPs.
Sana Martino.
Yes. Joe Wise, a Siama, almost salary, a Dawson, as in any other MP. Almost crazy.
Babe,
and so you're different.
Metuasia, Entina Public Accounts Committee. Say be a friend municipal bi na bia municipal chief executive kwa ofu enyo no na ya ye friend your ho no e ma ne ba be yi sa ansem na no bia na sa de no kra si na oni o.
No correct.
Okay.
And there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. Constitution and capacity. Speaker, what's not that when who need original vote? Who need casting vote? The president of the U.S. Senate, U.S. Vice President.
Woman.
Well, when you are a vice president, you become the Senate president, quote unquote. And if the senators that were 50-50, who was the casting vote? Who makes you have to about actually the scale? The Speaker of the UK Parliament, who is all your S. Exactly. Ghana, your presiding member, district assemblies. Who is so many original votes? Only original.
But among us watch them say because one woman assemblyman and now assemblyman in the first place.
Only assemblyman. Not on one election as the presiding.
No, why presiding now as assemblyman member no.
That's the question. You cannot retain his original vote. But look at it this way. Referee order like football game 11-11. Una one medal, right? Now penalty shootouts are back. Now referee now can say, I will take the first penalty shootout. Also, what would that mean? Imagine a situation where, in this case, Joe Wise beside you, and also I'm the one representing the people of the choir.
Of which is true.
Which is true. There's no doubt. And, during the course of proceedings, Chief Speaker, one fellow I won't make us.
Hey, I will be a Sunday at the was it Kwame Nkrumah say, please tell Edudzi Tamakloe that the Supreme Court made a declaration and a ruling on the 2020 election petition, and it's binding.
Now, when you say I somehow can't hear
Me too.
Look, the Constitution says the orders of the Supreme Court, blah blah blah. Now, as we speak, have there been any orders flowing from this judgment? They are declarations and they are orders. But most important, Mr. Brackman, look at this situation. The Speaker went or presided on the fellow and so partake in the debate. And yes, sir. So in this case, is the Speaker going to call himself as MP? So yeah, debate na me a now say Joe Wise said as MP for be quiet. I am about to contribute to the debate. When will be that? From 1992, you are practicing this year, 1992 constitution. When any time a deputy speaker, a presider, were engaging in the debate that. Two, if the voter, division bar, your county MPs, the first point of call is a voice vote. What would speaker were engaging in a voice vote that? Deputy speaker, what would be that?
Hey, but in a situation where the man doubles as a representative of the people.
From 1992, the deputy speakers now they have been MPs.
But sending a split parliament as we have today.
No, it is not the nature of the parliament that decides the rule.
Okay.
Which means because now actually I'm asking, when you say this judgment will only serve a very limited purpose. Actually I'm asking from the beginning, he said we may be looking at policy, public policy consideration instead of quote unquote application of the law.
Now, Mibo, say, and the generality of it, Obi Bisa say, did the Supreme Court err in making such a pronouncement? And now, the Supreme Court to know what your declaration said, okay, next say, the order, say, my shamu seven go say, one for order, Nanka, will be a nya and constitute contempt on.
I think I make say, right from the word go, sabi. You see, we should have all been guided by what happened in Parliament. The practicality. And next, if there is chaos on the floor of Parliament, is the Supreme Court going to cite the 137 MPs for contempt? That can really be out.
Because they did not make an order say, my shamu samunyewi.
Because you see, and that is the more reason why we needed to be circumspect. One thing here, this judgment, instead of it solving a problem, no, it will rather become the source of a problem.
But Yaman Banyaka said the thing was there in black and white. It ya no kwano ohudi enti na ese nipa bi eswade ko Supreme Court for how much for that interpretation.
Sir, now for Kassache journalists are not mundi any law background.
Ebi wo mu.
Oh, that.
Sir.
Send me am in uncle chat the way in the interview no man. Yeah, madam. Anything another than or the call.
Na ono tumi nua no no.
Oh, the young go brebo pa. So I worry me.
Hey.
Contact can cry. Because Sananka on the lawyer Nekasa.
But he's a lawyer himself. And I still one for that matter.
Who say law no. What die now call politics here. Well, we said this nana obi there nana obi go ahen we say that be omo na court no.
But one also about can say the Supreme Court why eh.
Oh, that is on the public policy debate.
Okay.
So me siamo of course I'm very so senior there now can just say what would we say public policy debate now law. Oh. Look, Mr. 2022 budget has to be saved at all costs.
It is said they are okay. Senkekoba says Supreme Court. Ebogu say a deputy speaker cannot vote.
No, first, he cannot join to form the quorum. That is the foundational argument. Because I say, after the NDC MPs, the day now, walking out now, NDC MPs, they stay here. Almost 30, almost rejecting the 2020 budget, 22 budget. Speaker to Kwan.
Aye, Anna, me pato shadi we mami. Aye, article 102.
102, yes. And 104.
And 104.
102 and 104.
What say? A quorum of parliament, apart from the person presiding, how am I particular about this? Apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all members members of parliament.
Fantastic.
Not just where you the all presiding.
So if you read 102 together with 297 HR, what conclusion do you come to?
297H no dear. Obi a ubeba tena ho say we are ordinary member of parliament kra na.
Adia speaker ntimi ye no.
Untimi nye. Adia speaker betimi aye no. Ubetimi aye.
Ubetimi aye.
But
hold on 1 minute. Constitutional provisions are not read one. Dabi. They are read as a whole, so that you do not create the effect of internal inconsistency. What means so only one provision and can you no and go for by you? And it's an unable black and white. And you color You see, you don't read the provision standalone.
Okay.
You read it to ensure say who can you react? There will be internal consistency.
Okay.
But
do I lose my right as a representative of the people?
No, that's another thing. When we say Parliament almost standing orders, the chairman of the committee does not have an original vote or will only casting votes.
Difference in it, eh?
Say casting votes, let's say, Yatuamba, Ebia, Yesu, NDC 5, MPP 7, NDC 5. Then the chairman will be made to give a casting vote.
Okay. To make the difference.
To make the difference. But beginning in the ultimate Tuamba, unless there is a tie.
Okay.
Then you can have a casting vote. At that time, when he's the chairman of the committee, is he not a member of parliament?
He was.
So what are we talking about? And you see, the painful part, Mr. Nana Zodanko Kufat, he has been MP for 12 years. At what time, as a member of parliament representing the people of Aguakwa, the chairman of the committee, Asu Abada. In fact, when he was MP, he was then the minority ranking on constitutional legal affairs. At the committee level, one more committee chairman Asu Abada.
Now, interesting days ahead. Yeah, you said yeah.
And so you see, that is why we need, all of us, we need to be very careful. See, this country is the only country, unique country, I say that, immediately. We should look at the position that ensures that there's always harmony, consensus in our politics. Semi, if we say, what the decision about? When you say anyone on the floor of Parliament, they say NDC MPs now say Deputy Speaker, yes, I'm so Speaker view.
What my friend say?
Honorable. If you say Joe Wise or Presidia, so also or your MP for the client.
But what yeah, wouldn't say what that definite article was say I am not the speaker. I am a speaker. A speaker.
Exactly. So once he's there, he's referred to as Mr. Speaker. When he's presiding, Anna.
Yeah.
They say, I will say, oh, you can also vote and that you are representing the people of the choir. Oh, but now, young from is a speaker view. The privilege is not there. Open. You want to take a salary higher than your colleague MP. Say, obey your big campaign man.
Debbie.
And here as MP representing different constituencies.
Mm-hmm.
But you put yourself up for an election.
Okay.
And after the election, you become a deputy speaker. And by reason of that, your privilege is quite different from your colleague MPs.
Mate, law. Young Fanko, you see, I'm quite maybe in Samra. You better banche.
Yo,
Mr. Darcy. Lawyer God, you mean Edudzi Tamakloe, aid the mama, a former president John Dramani Mama, or a private legal practitioner, and then a train common.
OKFM 101.7.